and also follow me page on Facebook, YouTube, and also Instagram. Once again, welcome on board this platform today. My name is Rachel Angra Davis, the host of the Tell It to Rachel talk show platform. And today they can interview. This is an exclusive interview with a long awaiting. This interview, it's a long awaiting interview with Dr. Fatima Babi. Dr. Fatima Babi, now the author of the Unbecoming, a case of the First Lady syndrome, meaning saying I write this book what they call Unbecoming, a case of the First Lady syndrome in Sierra Leone, Mrs. Fatima Jabi Bio. Make I just put the book in title on the screen. So this is not the book where we can talk about today. And family, I don't get the book. Me say get the book now, so I have the book. The book is loaded. I must confess, the book is loaded. And before I bring Dr. Fatima Babi, I want to tell us say there's a lot of shocking revelation in this book. The book is loaded, and I want for big salon people. Let me know say not to all like read. Because it's in them plenty, not to all like read, not to all get time for it. But this book, the author make it so simple, so very simple. Where class 5 picking safe, be able for all this book and read them and understand them and know outside this book. They begin outside this book, they go. It's so simple. It makes it so simple for we. So do ya at the big we all. Let we make a point of duty. Make we buy this book here. It is right now on Amazon. It's hot and the book is going. And today they can't tell we what to make he write this book. And they can't tell we a lot. But like I said, this is first-hand information for me. We don't get this book. And I believe say a lot of una, some of una, we don't watch this, we don't read this book here, we don't buy this book, we don't read that. He attests to what he at the talk. So this book is loaded. This book, when I begin for read this book, I was shaking. My nerves they all be the tremble for me when I begin read this book. I when I see my face. When I begin read this book, I was shaking. My nerves and they shake for me, my nerves they all time. Anyway, so I mean it's a very on a more serious note, this book is loaded, this book is juicy, and this book is important. It is important. And Dr. Fatima Babi go can tell we also why important. Why important for we as Sierra for read this book. Why important? Because when we read this book, we go begin for know why other countries then develop delicate today. Why other countries then stand tall delicate today. Now because of some of them things here, we will begin for all we leaders them accountable. This book now one of a kind. But I know we'll talk plenty because I want to make the author safe can explain himself. But this book, me found them. I want to make we all welcome now the platform today. Me found them. I want to make we all welcome. Let we all welcome Dr. Fatima Wahab Babi to this platform. I think that for the second time. Doc, bring your face closer, bring the camera closer.
Oh,
Yeah.
closer, like this.
Yeah, in the middle. Let it go in the middle.
Okay, laddie.
No,
This
you're
one.
shifting. No, you're shifting. Here you go. Here
Okay.
you go. There you go. Let us see this beautiful. Let us see this beautiful face. Famulem. I want to make una welcome na the comment section. Una just give a warm welcome to this beautiful author, to this beautiful doctor. In a correct doctor, not a fake doctor, correct doctor. And he said we can tell we but in safe. I want to welcome and for me now the platform. Una welcome and again a warm welcome on the platform for me. And Doc, welcome to this platform for the second time. And tell family how do for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Salamu alaikum. Peace to everyone. I did tell everybody I do. And I know say the one the way they tune in, people then we get open mind and they want truth. Where they area and say truth, then they sell truth yonder, then go run goody. So I know saying that make them they right now for listening to we. Welcome on all, and I am humbled. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you for your show, for not only me, but women in politics in Sierra Leone, where you they bring on this platform, because God self knows say we struggle. It's
It's
heavy.
real. It's real.
Our struggle is real, and it's tedious, it's heavy. For day in politics, now the hardest thing for any woman na Sierra Leone, for day in politics, because we they see how things they go, you know. If you not to, somebody you not get God daddy, you can't make it. So I really they admire woman them where they try and they do them best. Nobody not they shut them down. So thank you for focusing on women, and I
Thank
thank
you so much also, Doc, for when you honor me invitation for Canada's platform for the second time and for can give me an exclusive interview on this book.
it's
And
my
like you
my
say, I want to make the family way they watch me, make una get an open mind, as we they carry on with this program, as we they do this interview. I want to make una all get an open mind. This is in the interest of Sierra Leone, not for nobody. Let we all listen, let we all learn, and let we all verify as well. That is why we are here. We are here to listen, learn, and verify. If we are not, if we are in the middle or we're in the edge, we've always learned to verify as Sierra Leoneans. In fact, if one leader then they tell we something, we always need for go and verify. Now that day we don't lack. Now we country, now make we country, now make our day so how we delicate today because we have failed to verify some of these information that are given to us on a daily basis. So, Dria, make we learn for listen and learn and verify. So that is what we are here for today. And once again, I want to welcome you, Doc, on this platform. So,
honor.
for the
Thank you.
benefit of people that may not know you, I just want to make you tell us a little bit of who is Dr. Fatima Wahab Babi. I hope I pronounced the name correctly.
As you see, Barbie. Barbie. Yes. Thank you, Rachel. Um, Not to focus on the negative, but somebody tell me say then say I know they exist. I am very much in existence, and me not a stranger to the causes of women and girls. I know anybody we know what they go on, go know for say me not a stranger to that. I am very much involved, not only in Sierra Leone, but in my community in Maryland also. So as you say, the name na Fatima Babi. So formally, I've been to go with me daddy in first name when I Wahab. So the Mauritanian culture, we know they take like Bangura Davis, right? You belong to the Bangura Davis family. We will belong to Udadi. So you go take any part of Udadi in name. I get me brothers the way they use me daddy in middle name. I get me brothers the way they use me daddy because the family self get a name where then they call you. Like me daddy call me Yahjeboa. That one day, me mama self when a Sierra Leone, I not be able for pronounce. And so now only me Mauritanian family, now then they call me that. So, but you can
So you
choose
have a
any.
Mauritanian background.
So yes, me papa na Mauritanian.
Okay.
Me papa came na Sierra Leone in the 1940s. He came in the 1940s. He don't pass away in 2007, but he loves Sierra Leone so much he refused to go back. He refused to go back to Mauritania. We try, even during the war, we try for let it go back. He telling family say I can't. My heart is in Sierra Leone. So I was born and raised in Sierra Leone. I grew up in Kwedu town. I attend UMC Girls School and I attend Ansaru Islamic Secondary School. Me papa, he not been there against education at all. He been there against Western education because in those days, I mean, they see how girls then they get pregnant in school. It been way happened once. The news they go. Me papa, it been so much want education for me when it dey home. Enough for dinner kitchen. Yeah, me mama been they always they make that palava. Enough for go na kitchen, I for sit down the study with them. So, but in only study way one last study na Islamic studies, the Quran and Islamic studies. So, but me and my mama we try. I get some elementary school. I go UMC girls in class 3. I left in class 6, but I able for go get a couple of years of secondary education na Ansaru Islamic School. So luckily I can na the US. When I can at the US, I find out say then get alternative. Now this can break me heart for the youth in Sierra Leone because if I've been in a country we not get alternative educational pathways. Today, me say go be part of the more than 50% of women in Sierra Leone we're not educated. So God make a kaya. So, I took advantage of that, I born me picking them, I still continue, I still persist, I get me bachelor's, then I get 2 master's degrees. And, I say, well, I want to take them to the highest. People thought I was crazy at this age. What you stayed, you done this school year now. I say, when I done, you go know. So I took it to the highest and I get me, doctorate in education. And I believe say all that one they happen for me by God in grace. And God not go grace you with something and then you hold them back. So me on focus now girls because go talk about the future of women, you ignore the girls because the girls are the future women. So me focus now girls there. Anything where they happen to girls them is my concern. Anybody where you do anything, especially politicians, because they are the caretakers. Now then get custody of the money, now then get custody of the resources. So anything where then they do where they affect the girl child, it's my business. And I go address you. And I go, I go do me on part. What I am able to do, what I'm capable of doing. A lot of people are doing what they know, what you have to do. The one that the part where I'm not able to play, I know they play them. But the part where I'm able to play, I go play them. So this is why I wrote this book. This is a protest against waiting down they go on with girls then at the country and the role where this first lady, Madabio in first lady don't play in that.
All right, we'll get to that. Family, please, wanna keep the conversation going at the comment section. And please, wanna share the video, wanna love and like the video. Please, wanna like the video, please. And wanna share the video and wanna tag people them for can watch this video. Because we all want for can listen and learn and verify, as I said before. So I see you get a lot of similarities, some common things with the first lady, which is the Koidu. Is that correct?
Kwedu
You
town.
go from the Koidu town, and I think from the same school or so, if I can remember, or the same Muslim school or something. So at the same side, the family, some kind of similarities they go. So we're getting there. So now, I mean, you don't write this book, and we have this. I see this cover of this book before we get into the reason why you write this book about the first lady, Mrs. Fatima Bio. Let's talk first of all about the cover of the book, which is
Okay.
this. This is the cover of the book. And
So,
before I come,
okay.
before you comment about this cover of the book, let's also take a listen with regards to this cover of the book. Let's take a listen to with regards to this cover of the book. Let's take a listen.
To be your husband, to love her, comfort her, honor her, and protect her. Sorry. To take Julius to be your husband, to love him, comfort him, honor and protect him, and forsaking all others, to be faithful to him as long as you both shall live.
I am.
Okay. So we all know there was a lot of, mistakes here and there in that vow and stuff like that. So give me an idea. What's it make you, you do this kind of cover of the book in the first place? Why the book turn so?
Okay. Thank you. Good question. Very good. First of all, I'll go to the title, The Unbecoming, Mrs. Madabio of Sierra Leone. And as you notice, I not put Fatima Jabi Madabio, okay? I put Mrs. Madabio because to me, the only reason why they do now that Mrs. So the Mrs. is very important. Unbecoming na where you they do things where it not suit would you be, okay? I don't know what kind of analogy I will use, but let's say mina mama, okay? I'm a mother, a grandmother. Then are they, are they in public? Are they do disgraceful things then? It's unbecoming of me. And I'm not taken from Michelle Obama, we former First Lady. In your book, in your autobiography, it said becoming Michelle Obama, right? So that's like her life history. So I'm not taken from that because the first time somebody else said, I say, oh, it's a play on Michelle Obama's. It did not cross my mind. I've been get a different title, which I'm not gonna go over now, but I've been get different titles than what I've been a plan for pick which one I go use. So now I can read Mama Gaba a message about the First Lady. So I'm like, wow, this mommy, it don't read this woman here so well. And it is sum them up. When it don't, everything where it don't observe about the First Lady, when it sum them up, now I say, it's unbecoming. It's unbecoming of our First Lady. So that is the first part of the title. So the Mrs. now because now waiting Giam, the power, the Mrs. Nangi and the power. And the First Lady syndrome, na a concept where African feminist scholars they don't come up with. Start with African first ladies, but they just affect first ladies. After the First Lady syndrome, that the syndrome where they make the woman they feel for say because a man get power, himself forgets power. And in the book, you go come across what I call femocracy. Femocracy, na anti-democratic structure, anti-democratic entity, where the person were affected by First Lady syndrome. Now the institution that way it they run, they run a femocracy when an anti-democratic institution where it snuff out other women them. The only woman that we empower now him and the small clique of women them around them, not them. So the woman where he affected by First Lady syndrome, first of all, it feels that not go able for succeed in life unless it is with man. Now that so it they look purposely they look for man where go help him for do what he want do in life. So it try for position himself and expose himself to the man the way for say if you want to go into politics, he want politician. If you want to go act a Nollywood movie, they look for man within a Nollywood. If you just want money, they look for man where get money. So that na First Lady syndrome. It affects. In fact, it affects a lot of women in Sierra Leone because they don't put a woman, a girl picking their head for say you not go succeed in life unless you deal with man. So this the cause girl picking them for take abuse, for allow man for impregnate them at the age of 15, 16 because that man don't promise. It make girl picking go left school girl picking where it very smart in school, it go left school because man don't come over. You know, I don't face this many times. The girls and why they help. The daddy say, I don't understand you. What do you want let me pick in this school for? The man don't come over. You can't tell me about school. So they're not they focus on self-development, professional development, education, not to let you just get certificate.
So in other words, this first lady syndrome that is connected to Fatima Bio is that they depend. It's like depending on a man for who they want to become.
Yes.
At that particular time.
Yes.
At that particular season.
Yes. And when you read the book, you will see the pattern in her life.
I know, because like I say, a lot of shocking revelation in that book. Oh my God, guys, you need to read that book. So, a lot of shocking revelation that when I remember my body they shake. So I'll never read that book. So
Rachel, where I begin first for write this book, yeah. As we all know, this woman is everywhere, right? So it's been very difficult for I can't contain them. Like you really have to contain her in something. You get for put her in something. So I've been need a framework. But everything where they read about them or where they observe about them, it's all about the man. This man, not the man, this, not the man, this. So God can make say scholars that we don't already talk about this first lady syndrome. I'm like, bingo, this is what's affecting her. This woman is affected by first lady syndrome. And the worst part of and we are not it want for spread in disease, they die in first lady syndrome disease, they on we girl picking there. Now that mentality they want create, it groom them for that. But it do them in a way, it shape part, it do this, it do that. So I had to say something, and I want let this book here there on the shelf for the next generation.
So at what point will you decide, say, because like I say, this book, the kind of revelation with the inside this book, it's a whole lot for the world for shock. Because this is a whole revelation for not just for Sierra Leone, but for the whole world, for Sise, the narrative that has been painted out there. Is completely different from the reality.
False.
It's completely different from the reality. So at what point where you take that guts there, say, I am going to be that woman that will take that to be that woman, to be that audacious woman that will say enough is enough. I have to tell the world who this woman is. When did you get to that point?
As you know, as a human rights advocate and specifically girls' rights advocate, when Mada Bio win the election in 2018, I believe it was about 6 months. I think I've been sending you that write-up. About 6 months in presidency, right? I see a lot at the, anytime you turn, first lady don't do this, first lady don't do that. So I write them this letter. That letter I put them on an international forum where a lot of women from all over the world were so like, can I copy this and do the same for our first lady? Because basically in that letter, in that open letter where I write to Ram, I tell and say, look, there's no manual. Where you become first lady, I mean, the president, he go take babu na bush. It turned into a first lady. We know they argue with that. Nobody know they question your husband. Nobody know they question the president whether he choose for being wife. But look, you are in this, and there are lives that are to be affected. So I say we need a compassionate first lady, because Sierra Leone women, then they struggle. There's a lot that is affecting girls. We they try women, then they, groups, then they way they don't try, organizations, then they way they try all these years. So you as first lady, they come, you get a lot of power and a lot of resources. So what is going to guide you is to be a compassionate first lady. But if you not choose the compassionate path, you are going to choose the famous path. So you want to be famous, you want to be this, you want to be that. I said that not go work. So this book is a follow-up to my open letter, because as she say, now the other path, now in this first lady I take. He take the path of fame. He want to be famous. I am the only first lady. I am the first lady. I am. So when I see that, and I can't study him, I can't see everything what they do, how he don't create this empire of democracy, this democratic empire, just for loot the country. So if not me, then who? You know, it's either me or somebody else. But waiting me being want, I know for say plenty people are they listen to you, are they listen to we yard, are they listen. Anybody will get anything for say about, you know, the injustices in Sierra Leone. I'm hooked. I'm watching. I'm listening. But I don't see anybody they write. And that's what I know how to do best. Now I say, you know what? Everything where then people then they say, this is all like, you know, this might all go away one day. So for me, I want something where it go last for generations. And there's nothing like books, you know. Now that make wait man then left for write book, because it go there forever. So I say I want for put something in writing. Nobody has written about first ladies in Sierra Leone before. Of course, no first lady has been this unbecoming. Okay, so nobody has had a reason to write about a first lady. I guess that's why. But if God give me the ability, God give me the know-how, why not? Why not write a book?
So let me just go back from the beginning when I started, you know, reading this book. When the first lady become the first lady, you know, we see it paints a lot of good things about her, you know, with interviews, you know, paint a very good picture, very good image. How, you know, not to today don't begin empower girls, with the kind connection we been get with Yaya Jammeh, you know, it don't empower so many women in Gambia. And we also know say there was a lot of controversy whether in a been Gambian or in a been Sierra Leonean. In self with your must be the contradicting self. In one way saying a Sierra Leonean, in one way saying a Gambian. So there was a lot of controversies about her. How, I mean, she made so much money, you know, in movies. I mean, she was the top Nollywood actress, and so many beautiful things about her. But it's like you are challenging all of what's in the first lady say. You challenge that in that book, in the book. You challenge everything from her age to Usai and Bonham to in Papa to in you challenged everything.
Yes.
I just want you to just say, why did you challenge that? Those are information where even there, when you look at the website of the office of the first lady, when you look at the website office of the first lady, the Sierra Leone website, you say, you know, all salon business there at the wall. When you look at the first lady, those are the image that are there of the first lady. Those are the information that were there of real first lady, and you challenge those information that are there of real first lady. Who say born, age, so many things. Why you get an audacity there for challenge those information? Why did you challenge that, Doc?
It is my right. It is my right, and it's the right of the people of Sierra Leone to know the truth, you know, because when people then come in power, all then they propagate lies from the, I mean, as I said earlier, it no matter whether the president bring us in wife. If na them babu then I don't know that sanctuary we then get under na saloon. You bring one babu, they put lipstick pan and say, na me wife this. We go take her, we go respect her, we go honor her. Why all these lies? So you're asking me why I challenged it. Is my question also
say,
the question will lead me.
In a Jabi,
why was she lying?
Why was she say na Usai self you born, you say no today born. The first lady say na 1980 born, you say no to 1980 born.
Because you see, when they say
You can assist me, doc.
when you
Go
they
ahead.
lie, they say like you lie and run, right? Some people they know, but you not go lie, you sit down. You not go lie, you sit down. People that will know you, mommy and daddy, before they became husband and wife, they are still alive. We can talk to them. We can verify this information. I not particularly go because when somebody say I born 1960, we take you for your word, but it's that came up really. I not been the dig for say oh stand and born. It did not happen that way at all. Just in conversation with somebody where an elderly na Kwedu town, where know him mommy and daddy before they were married. Just in conversation, when then give me this information, I'm like, what? That's not what I have read about her. I not tell the person that, but I was like, I need to look into this some more, So, my intention, in fact, was not to even go into her personal, because when you go in the personal, people then we all know one. We not Sierra Leoneans, and we all know family. And me your mama, me your grandpa, it come from the village where they born in daddy and in grandpa. So we are all family. The Jabis and the Mansares, na family. So this is not like I was digging for dirt at all. It wasn't. But it just happened, say, this woman, first of all, said they contradict himself so much. And then this truth, this information come away so innocently, come away. So why should I keep it? Why should I hold it to myself?
But Doc, let me just clarify this thing. Yeah, just listen to this, and I want to make you clarify.
I'm a Gambian, and of course, you've said my name, Fatima Jabi, and I'm an actress. I'm a mother, and yes, I am, and I've done a lot of things that.
So, is our first lady a Gambian?
She is not very. In mama born 6 speaking them for his stepdaddy. They are Gambian by some of them born Sierra Leone, of course, because na they them in there. Probably all of them, but they can claim to be Gambians because then daddy na Gambian. Fatima Jabi, not a Gambian at all. But okay, I understand. We can naturalize, right? If not that you want for say, or not that not the reason, you go clarify. But for make them put an official biography for say, in daddy, her father hails from the Gambia. This is why I went that way.
Yeah, because if you step in stepdaddy na Gambian.
Yes.
In mama,
in biological
in mama na Sierra Leonean.
Mama born na Sierra Leone of Guinea.
So now the daddy side, in biological dad, she has not been shoot with.
It they put in biological daddy in name, not in biography, as her father, which is right, because the then cultures, the Madingo culture, even in Islam, in religion, for even if you adopt Pekin, for changing name, So if stepdaddy bring up Pekin, for touch that name, because that Pekin belong to that family. Okay, so that's understood. She's Jabi, and he go put and say me daddy name now, so Jabi. That's fine. But then when you read the next line, then say this man Jabi man we born this Umaya, he come out Gambia. Come on, this is a blatant lie.
So I just want people to understand as we move on with this interview. There's some personal questions, where go evolve inside this interview, not because we want to go personal, but because you are a public figure and you are the first lady. You have to be true to yourself. Yeah. And if you are not true to yourself and you yourself, they make contradicting statements, then you have to face scrutiny. You get for face public scrutiny. So these are why all these conversations, you provoke people for bring all of these conversations because of you yourself, your word the way you pull like you want. I just want to establish that clarity there and that fact.
And you raise the curiosity of people to find out the truth. Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about the role, because this is very important to me as well personally, because I'm also into really activism, especially when it comes to women's issues. And I've seen in the past 5 years how women organization don't be so dormant, don't be so quiet, don't be so they're like ghosts. Having seen so much atrocities, having seen so much intimidation, against women, having seen so much gender-based violence in the country, we see them so quiet. I begin to ask myself, why? What is going on? But when I read this book, I also begin to understand how the First Lady syndrome don't affect, and also how it affects. So I want to make you also bring to light for us today how the First Lady syndrome of Mrs. Fatima Bio don't also affect the activities or the functions also of women organization in the country.
Well, as I said, the First Lady syndrome, it lead the person affected for create a femocracy, because now that femocracy, that structure, now it puts together so that it go able for appropriate the resources where they for women them. So we see other African first ladies. It don't become a trend. When they become first lady, the first thing then they do, they get this platform, like where they do beauty pageants, the winner, it can always get a platform. They advocate for AIDS, they advocate for that. So the first ladies, it don't become a trend where now then they put in addition. So the office of the first lady itself has become a formal, before not a formal office, but now they don't formalize them. Okay, in Sierra Leone, as you go, see in the book, na Mrs. Kuruma na formalize na Sierra Leone, not to Fatima Jabi formalize them. So that formal first lady office itself is part of, if it depends on how the first lady they run that office. If they run them for help women, them for resource, for give resources to women, the women's groups that way don't meet in the country, the women the way don't meet with them, they fight the women's rights causes. If you they empower them, because in now it don't become this gateway for the resources where they come. Say Sierra Leone, we are, as they say, donor dependent. We are donor dependent. Not in order at the country. The government not they give them people or anything. So they depend on donors. But when it don't become the gatekeeper, then he go create 3-4 other organizations where something come for health. He get a Mother Bio, Fatima Bio. When something come for girls, he get a hug. How you call her? Hands off our girls. When something come for, so where are these other organizations? Is she, trickling those resources down to them? No, I don't see that. I don't see no connection between organization and the other women's organizations. And so now, so it don't make na no more than they see. Now, no more than they see na the country. Now that make able for go say na it's done na Gambia in that news waiting, press waiting and call where you go do that, and where you go get. It's in fact, when in the outside of the country, any picking them rape na Sierra Leone, then they look for them for call them first before the police go do anything about it. How can I hear such a lie when I am directly involved in rape cases in Sierra Leone? How can I hear such a lie and let it go? We get responsibility. We get responsibility not just to ourselves. We need to step outside of ourselves. Okay, you get people that will not get voice in the country. You get people that when things they happen to, they have no recourse, they have nowhere to turn. So how can you be in a position to speak up for them and not speak up for them? So the organizations that way it don't snuff them all out of the pipeline. They're just sitting there like they can't do anything about it. But I wanted it to be written down so that tomorrow, with next generation, then go able to foresee this and benefit from it. And then go also see, say, we in this generation, we not just sit down no more and watch this woman and talk about her and gossip, because if they take everything, say, waiting Sierra Leoneans and they say about her and gossip. We're not gossiping you. Because the time where you not be married to Madabio or Madabio not win election, we not been the talk about you. We did not even know you. So why should we be gossiping you now?
So before being who she is today, which is the first lady, because she's married to the president, married to the president. Who wouldn't have been Fatima Bio? Because according to what we know, it don't play a role na Yaya Jammeh in administration. It don't empower women. Them you can get clarity on that with in relationship with Yaya Jammeh and the kind of way it don't empower women in the Gambia.
Not to me say empower women in the Gambia. Oh. Na inse so.
So what's the empowerment he give to women in the Gambia?
He no empower no woman in Gambia. He empower himself. She empowered herself.
So what kind of role? What kind of role she was? What kind of role? What kind of role?
That would go a little bit into the book, but I explain under the book. The relationship we been get with Yaya Jammeh and the relationship we been get with the girls and where he say they empower. That was no empowerment.
So what kind of relationship? What kind of relationship and what kind of role?
Well, it talks Yaya Jammeh employ him, but when you read the book, you find out what she was employed to do. You find out what she was employed to do, and it wasn't empowering girls. It was not about empowering girls, and the Truth and Reconciliation after Yaya Jammeh, then talk about waiting in your method when insane in method this way they empower girls them. The TRRC talk about what that meant for Yaya Jammeh, and it was very clear she was doing it for Yaya Jammeh. They even raised funds for Yaya Jammeh Foundation, with that. So I encourage.
So could it be that way where if they raise fund, that method where if they raise fund for Yaya Jammeh Foundation, could it be is that same method you don't apply to this first lady syndrome where you get this this so many foundations, the Julius Maada Bio Foundation, the JMB, and so could it be is the trend where it brings kind of
she doesn't know any other way. She doesn't know any other way. This woman has been possessed by this first lady syndrome since the age of, I don't know, teenager. She's always been under the spell of the first lady syndrome. Who is the next man who will do this for me? Okay. And when you look at the Maada and Fatima Bio Foundation, they literally set that up like the same month where they meet. Because this, like you say, this is her method, this is her MO, this is all she knows how to do. So as soon as he meets Madabio then they and this, then they struggle for find way for raise funds. I guess and I bring the suggestion, let we form. At that time, probably they're not even married yet because they form in 2013 and they married 2013. Now, when you look at the people, and the people that way they as trustees, they are all in Sierra Leone now looting the country. One way then call Kapu, Phyllis Kapu, Usai Putam, Usai they able for withdraw foreign currency. Paul Massakoy, when I order trustee, Usai Putam, Deepwater Key, Sierra Leone Maritime. They not only been there in corruption, what in call. So you can see the pattern, like this is what she knows
That's
how
the
to
empire.
do.
That's the empire of the first lady syndrome, where Fatima Bio has created, basically.
So the empire is the combination of Hands of Our Girls, Mada and Julius, Mada and Fatima Bio Foundation, the First Lady Office, and the JMB. So the JMB, now the one way they empower them for disempower women them politically. And she has caused so much damage in SLPP. When them people here left office, SLPP get for go back to the drawing board to put their party back together. This is not a SLPP in power. This is a power in power, and they came with something other than waiting to promote or waiting to develop the party. It's all about Mada Bio and Fatima Bio. Look what it don't do now. It don't take over the national the SLPP National Women's Council. It's now in her grips, right? It talked the last time say in a PRO. No, you're not. You're the CEO. It don't take over, you know. So when SLPP go realize, I mean, it's like you hear these people defending her or defending Mada Bio. They came to destroy your party. She was never part of this party until Mada Bio brought her. So then you don't allow them for just take over like this, and use the JMB women for disempower the SLPP women. SLPP women have no power, no more power. All they are in your hand now, you know. So this is not a democratic empire, a democratic empire that is anti-democratic. Not to everybody. It's not everybody who is allowed to participate. The only people that are allowed to participate are the people who say yes, ma'am, to Mrs. Bio. If you know they say yes, ma'am, to Mrs. Bio, you are out. You are not going to succeed. And even the SL people then they say, well, you know, we just have to accept it. She's very powerful. She has become a very powerful stakeholder. Why? Just because the man can go na altar. Well, where then come first na Sierra Leone, where then first can where Mada Bio win. It always say that they were married, right? But then you go cook up this whole thing for let them annul the previous marriage so that then go na the altar for make, and that make this cover had to have this solemnization, because this na ingi and this power, you know, the ring where they put na in finger and being called, and when she said I am in that vow,
yeah,
it was
because
not a mistake.
you know, traditionally you would say I do.
I do.
But let's go back to that, and you can comment on it. Let's go back to it. Then you can comment on it.
To be your husband, to love her, comfort her, honor her, and protect her. Sorry. To take Julius to be your husband, to love him, comfort him, honor and protect him, and forsaking all others, to be faithful to him as long as you both shall live.
I am.
You can just
So
see
what's in this I am? I mean, traditionally we say I do.
yeah.
So what is this I am about?
And it was never corrected. So which means it wasn't a mistake. She meant to say I am. And then later on, we they see how I am. And look what he said to the people's elected mayor of Freetown. I am the first lady. Find your match. Yeah. So it wasn't a mistake. So to Mrs. Bio, under the spell of the first lady syndrome, everything is about being married to this powerful man. Everything is about the power that she gets from this man, from being married to this man. So she is nothing without the power that Mada Bio gives her. So that is why I had to put this solemnization photo, and that is why she's called Mrs. Mada Bio, not Mrs. Fatima Bio or Fatima Jabi, because everything about her is Mada Bio, is what Mada Bio gives to her, and without that, she's nothing. So so first lady syndrome, also the other word is a wifehood, okay, where people then believe, say, a woman is nothing unless you are a wife or a mistress. People can even accept to be a mistress than to be a professional. You don't develop yourself professionally, you don't get an education, or you're not businesswoman, successful businesswoman. It doesn't matter if you're not a wife. So they promote this wifehood. All that in dancing on TikTok, we all been the same. Picture of Mother Bio is here and she's dancing, pointing to him, and dancing to music that says, oh, he loves me, I love. Why? We don't need that. The people are hungry, okay? These children, they need food, they need medicine, they need school supplies. They don't need to know if your husband loves you. Obviously, he loves you. That's why he brought you in as his wife.
So from all the indication, from all I see in that book, she had a lot of points to prove. So, but there's also one thing there where really troubled me in this book. It really troubled me. I remember, I think in 2019, that was when Njos came into power, and instead with this guy for finding way around with all the narratives and way maybe they bring out to the wall, just for putting himself to that kind of position. And they've been going the UN General Assembly, the UNGA thing, and she presented a very good narrative, and where she talked about how it be narrowly escape. I think Selena and Zoya into that story they say they be one for Gian to man at the age of 13, he narrowly escaped from Sierra Leone to UK. She's a heroine. Like Mikle was saying, a heroine narrowly escaped to the UK and da. Just paints that way there that she was trying to be forcefully given to for marriage. And that was how this whole hands off a girl, it began pitch ham. And now they all the recognition, they begin come, awards, donor, partners, and all the attention begin for follow on, the attraction, every things with the picture centered on her because of that personal narrative where it given that very big international platform that they want for forcefully geared to man at that age, at that tender age. And being a first lady, of course, we know say, she's a very powerful person of that title. And I saw that, and I see say you also challenged that as well. Why did you challenge that? And how are you able to challenge that kind of narrative where he get to the world stage? And where he able to get so much money under the hands of a God's project, with all these international accolades we follow the hands of a God's project, with all this money we follow the hands of a God's project internationally. How were you able to challenge those or that narrative where Fatima Biyogi on the international stage, where he say they've been forcefully one for married, put her into marriage, and you say that's a lie? How could you, Doc?
Well, this not the false narrative where Guillaume, where open the way for let it take the resources, where genuine people then where they don't escape, either they don't escape or they are survivors of early marriage. Okay, it take that platform away from them based on this false narrative. And for falsifying narrative, I did not have to make up anything. Everything came out of her own mouth. 2002, this woman, they challenge newspaper them, say, anytime I want to go UK, I go UK, I don't even need visa. 2002, she was still in the Gambia. And me, personally say, when
she said she was 13.
Yes. She said she went to England when she was 16. Say when they want to get to man, but at a very young age, she narrowly escaped, and then she went to England at the age of 16. Now, when I look at I try for trace them into England, I only saw her in England in the 2000s. Okay, she was not in England before the 2000s, and here she was. Then I find her in the Gambia, a very busy young woman in the Gambia in the 1990s. Okay, where Yaya Jammeh came into power. So this was an easy thing for me. It was, it was very easy for me prove him for saying a lie. He lied to the world. She lied to the world, and she benefited from that lie. Ever since that day, she became the poster girl for any side they want to talk about now, early marriage, which she did nothing about in Sierra Leone. She has done zero in Sierra Leone about early marriage. It's still happening. It's still going on. I mean, you not even know what they go on with the girls in Sierra Leone. But here she was on that platform. We get to understand also that they're not a caller on this platform because they don't hear rebuttal but about in good work. No, she has some very highly paid lobbyists now, Washington, D.C. and New York. And the ambassadors of Sierra Leone, they have become lobbyists also, especially the one with the Washington, D.C. They have become her biggest lobbyists in every part of the world. So now then they hire the lobbyists then for put them on that platform. So I don't blame the UN. I don't blame the Africa Union. I don't blame all these international forums where she is spewing all these lies about herself, where they game this authority. But now these people, their money where then they use for pay lobbyists, the way they go buy them spots they also for them. Now they are the blame. But that was a lie. That was not, when you read the book, you go see I'm playing, that was a big lie. She did not escape. Nobody in Aqueduta, no, remember that. I mean, besides that, in your narrative also, it contradicts that. It contradicts what he say. How you go UK, she became an activist. Come on, So who was doing pageants in the Gambia in 1994, 95, 96, I mean, let's say 1995, 96, 97. Who was that girl? It's like, as I said earlier, you go lie, you run, but you not go lie, you sit down one place. People then go find out very soon. And believe me, all these lies where you don't tell, if waiting you don't collect the resources the way you don't take, if that one then they not be affect waiting they go on as Sierra Leone about women's and girls rights, gender equality, and not before put more today, because politicians they come to steal, they don't, then they steal their own money, who side then they steal. But if they go beyond who side the other one, then the thief. If they go beyond that and go steal from babies, it thief baby formula or baby diaper, where them bring a container load of pads. China they donate, the Chinese, and they donate container load of menstrual pads, where them bring and come, whether then they give, then say they are bringing these donations to strengthen the relationship between the two countries. But then they hand it over to the First Lady. She is not the country. We have ministers who are highly paid. We get ministers and we get vice president. Why are you handing it over to this First Lady? And then it go make package, it plaster in your name, in organizations, the names then, in husband and picture, it begin to put and say, na don't go get pad, it give picking there. Would I tell you say na pad picking they need? Then when they talk, it chastise. Look where that young woman be make video. If they go tell the woman, say, well, look you. When are they look you? You not even look like pussy where they use pad. Of course, she can't afford it because you and your husband when I don't clean out the vault. When I don't clean out the Bank of Sierra Leone. She can't afford it.
So with all this recognition where Fatima, the First Lady, and Mrs. Bio don't get out there with the Hands Off a Girls project, or with the early child marriage, with all them projects there, we don't get so much fundings for, so much money for. both internationally and even in the country.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any tangible impact in our country. So it baffles me. So at some point it baffle me. So how would this woman they get so much accolades out there, answer for girls, then now the country where it there, the impact is not there, it's not visible. At some time, to be honest, this is an honest, thing where I'm bringing out there. When you begin to talk about lobbyists, there was a time, just a natural conversation. Things just come naturally sometimes when you in a conversation. And this lady, herself highly connected. We talk about America Yaso. The lady say she's also well connected. Out Fatima, they reach out to her for making lobby for her for this Hands Off for Girls campaign. And she said, not always the thing on camp well, the one for can involve them. You know what I mean? And because instead they don't see say the thing is a whole mess. At least if you be they do better than the country,
Yeah.
but we don't add weight para, but you don't see say you don't get so much money and it not commensurate with waiting the country the benefit or the people and the picking and the benefit. So she was like, I don't think I want to get involved. I don't think I want to get involved. But they actually reached out to her for making lobby for them out there, of the Answer for Girls project. So I began to put two and two together. I said, no wonder. I mean, the whole Answer for Girls project is out there making balls internationally because of this money when they pour.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be honest with you, that is what we have seen really with this government. We see them get so much accolades, so much awards.
Autumn. They're always patting themselves on the back.
Yes. Yeah. And if you can award President Bio, they get so much award, so much this anti-corruption, so much award. But we didn't see the reflection of the country or it reflect in the lives of the people.
When it comes to the First Lady and her democratic empire, let we put the outcome or the effect aside first. You don't see anything where they do tangible besides where they go to map on a platform and dance and talk rubbish to people picking them. There's nothing. So when you look at, I don't they go Sierra Leone almost every year. My mama passed away, may God rest her soul, passed away about a couple of years ago. But when my mama day alive, it was my responsibility to go every year, to check on her and also for check on, girls then. But when I did I go visit schools them, because I go to villages them. You get you get some rural areas then when a one grade school building 9 day from class 1 to class 6. So 2 classes to a room, small room. Sometimes a 1 grade or 2 teachers then get where come here go under. Okay. They are doing their best with what they are given, what they have. When it comes to this rape issue, the organizations then where they do something about rape in Sierra Leone, I visit them also. I have seen what they are doing. Okay, I have seen what they are doing. When it comes like Rainbow 9, they provide the medical. If you not get that medical from Rainbow, the FSU not go take your case. Okay, there's another organization now in one grand, I think one at the north, one at the south. Where now them when they don't trauma, where this picking the girl picking don't undergo this. I mean, they don't traumatize her with this rape. The man don't rape the picking. So when they can report to me, I can say right away, we need her out of the community. I want for take them out of that community. When I take her out of that community, the only place where I'm able for put them, the place where they call commit an act. Now I think that Germans then set up that organization, then get a facility, outside then go hold the picking for 2 weeks. Now, when they don't discharge that picking after, then they get psychosocial, counseling and whatnot. After they don't release them, it's now up to me to find a place for her because I don't want her to go back in that community where she was raped. Where is the First Lady? What program does she have to help girls like that? You know, you they can't lie, say you they help girl picking there. Me no first hand, waiting girl picking and they go through right now. I am forced to put them in to give them housing and pay their school fees, and you know, make sure say they continue for go school, because that girl now has become vulnerable for man them for exploit them. You know, it happens that we even lost two of them because they go get belly. Once they don't rape them, if you not pay attention, you they give them what they need, you they keep them in school. Where are the programs from these hands of our girls? If they talk in they build state-of-the-art facility. Come on, don't build you know, chapels. What do they say? Something in the air. You there on the ground right now. What do you they give them picking here? What are you providing for them? Then tell you say na party they need. They don't rape Pekin. Eh? Who say they go get a psychosocial counseling? How you go remove her out of that community so that it not go get victimized? Eh? What do you they do for them? Make it not go to man for make it buy a school bag for them, for make it pay all these fees that are they say free education. I not see them. I'm probably paying more now for school fees all over the country than ever before. So where if you say you they do this, do it so that we can see. The foreign organizations, the way then they can, they say, then they do this. They are doing it and we are seeing it. And they are under-resourced. And the police themselves, they tell we say, they're not even get motoka. Because when the rape not they happen, you know, who say you want let it happen? No, it they happen at remote places. They not get even get waiting a motorcycle. If they get motorcycle, the young person a motorcycle, they not get petrol. First lady, why you not go give the police some of this money here? Let them put them into fighting rape. Nothing is happening about rape in Sierra Leone. Trust me. Mother Bio say it don't set up special court for rape. Would they go na that? Would they don't prosecute na that court day? One very few. Very few. Because the first thing we get for happen, first of all, the people that don't stop for report the rape, because they say the police where they go first of all, they say the police they ask them for money for everything. Every time I force them for go, now me get for pay for this. And who side then they come up for camp, especially where transport don't expensive now. Now then self get for bring themselves camp. For camp show up, now the police station, show up to the medical, go show up if you ever go.
So everything is just on pen and paper or just on black
just
and white.
For the international donors to see. That's
just
it.
For the international donors.
She's doing nothing about rape in Sierra Leone. Rape is rampant. The only reason we're not there bottom because Sierra Leone, they do statistics on those things. Okay. Secondly, the people are tired. I get one daddy way. I try for say now. I said I don't take you picking. I go make sure say you go college. I promise you that because this girl has showed me how determined she is, regardless of what don't happen to her. It's scored very high on the NPSE. So for Lego JSS.
So
you know, primary school.
I also want you to quickly comment about the first lady syndrome, where you talk about intimidating other women, as Fatima Bio also don't show himself inside these 5 years. You know, let's take a listen.
Me much now my new reply now for that's for you. So when you see me on TikTok, not to show up and they show up for. You understand? When they say what would they call Canada, the UN this time? They said it's between the between America. It's not go funny, my dear. Not so maybe we not fly in America. Hey, now because I don't say why not say we do not guarantee any can retaliate because I'm.
This she's basically promoting.
Hello everyone. This is a quick message I want to send to we Freetown City Mayor Akisoya. You know, when they say woman and they support one another and woman then a pull down syndrome for one another, this is a classic act. Mayor, today I see you interview. I don't know if not today you do one, but not today me get the privilege for see you interview. When they go interview you about UN anti-corruption, you make reference of me for say I do the same thing. No, la educate you, ma'am. I not do the same thing. Everything I do in this country, I know say I am under an institution called the Office of the President. I know they ever do anything without an approval sick by myself to the Office of the President. Even when I want for travel, I dey make sure say I seek an approval from them. Unless they approve it, I don't go. You now mayor, you get a minister when now you supervise the minister. Local government. When have you ever, when you don't ever travel, you tell you minister of local government? When you don't ever, even the council where you do run, when you don't ever sit down, even with your deputy, for tell and say, I did travel. When? You know, I know they interfere in how you run your institution because it's none of my business. But making reference to me, I think that one is my business. Everything way I don't do in this country, I don't do nothing way other first lady they not do before me. Every other first lady we come before me, they mean they travel. Them first ladies then they mean they get funding for them project them under the government of this country. So I don't do nothing. We for say na new thing. The only thing way I don't do we new, at least I deliver. Everything where I don't put my mind and my heart and my soul for, I make sure say I deliver and serve my people. And I don't make myself an aristocrat's first lady. No, I did down with me people then. That is what I have done differently. So please, if you say you're a mayor and you want to make a difference, make a positive difference. When they don't catch you, if they don't catch you, all you need for say is, Sierra Leone, I lied to you, I am sorry, I've been taken, but I don't pay. Then you don't solve the problem. Why you don't call me name by your business? What's it make it for do with you and Freetown City Council? Why make reference to me for something where you know say you're only doing that out of your political gain? Please, not to me get for compete against, so now gentle you get for compete against. So please, fine.
Okay, so this is the first lady and many other things that we don't see how, you know, you don't watch where they don't intimidate other women, them like Lara Pierce, Femi Claudius Cole, and even though provoke and intimidate other women on social media, like you see Casada Kitchen making a reference to a wig cap and stuff like that. And that's like you indicated on the book, and that's the first lady, the case of the first lady syndrome. How
Yeah.
you
I
think
mean,
say
Rachel,
yeah.
as you see in that video, everything I do under the office of the president. That's your first lady syndrome right there. So because I am married to the president, everything I do. So if okay, we get an organization, I mean, we get a company, okay, we hire a CEO for run that company day. So that CEO for bring in wife, for the withdraw from the bank, for everything where that CEO and wife they do, if they go through the CEO, no, you are his wife. Okay, if you have the office of the first lady, go with the protocol of the formal first lady office. But to tell us that they work through the office of the president, this is classic first lady syndrome because he's the president. So I am co-president now.
Okay, so I don't see a couple of write-ups them by in I would say in best friend when they don't reunite where we all know as Sylvia Blyden, we debunk write a long thing, but your book, you know, write a lot of things to debunk all of what you write in your book. What would you say to that and to that friendship?
I know say this person called Sylvia Blyden has a history with the First Lady. They had a life together in the Gambia. But they have to know I did not write my book for their approval. If I been, they say, make I write a book where people like that. So, you know, if the First Lady want for react to me book by hiring the most vulgar woman in Sierra Leone, that's, you know, they're up to her. I don't care. I don't care what they say about my book, Rachel, really. Because the people that will get open mind, the people that will want to know the truth, they will read and see the truth, and they will see that there is nothing made up. If it not come out of the First Lady instead of in your mouth, it come from other reliable sources. So me not they
But I
go.
was going to ask you your sources. Your sources. Also, you get you know, your sources.
And then at the book, I cite everything that, you know, I cite all I get. I did not have to, but I put all the references there. So people want to check them out, then we'll go check them out. But, you know,
And there were names too. And there were names too.
Yeah, so
So
basically,
people can go check it out.
yeah, basically, if the reaction now for find a pig where they go, you know, and I know they swim na mud with pigs. Anybody where one come up to the intellectual level, to a constructive level, for engage me, I'm ready for them. But anybody where say you want engage me na dirty water because na they no more they know how for swim, I'm not part of that, you know. So I have written this book. This book came from a lot of, you know, research, and, you know, a lot of work went into this book. And not write and let Mother Bio approve, and not write and let Mrs. Bio approve, and I certainly not write and for let people the way they think like them approve it, and not write and for the paupers to approve. Of course, there are sensible people in the SLPP. If they want to read it and get the truth, they need to read it and get the truth. But I'm not looking for their validation. They cannot invalidate or validate this book. It's done. And there's nothing, no amount of dirty no day where then go find a vulgar person for say about me, where go erase what's in there inside this book. This is written. It's here. It's going to be in the Library of Congress. Okay? It's going to be read by today, maybe the Pekin and the youth. And that's why when I was writing, I went through a lot of editing, because I want to make it be readable by a 5th grade reader. Okay, so tomorrow, when we're able to put this book in the hands of the youth in Sierra Leone, that would be like the most successful part of this book for me. Now, them, I want to let them read this book here more. The youth, let them know the truth about what don't go on in these last 5 years, and let it be a lesson to them. And I also want let the book be something where the next First Lady or future First Ladies, let them know for say, we are watching you. So generally, we they watch the man, all tell no more, this minister, that minister, the president. But waiting this Umaya don't do, it's worse than any minister go do na salon. This woman here, waiting he don't do, it worse than anything, any corruption where any minister will get involved in Sierra Leone.
Yeah, like I just want to reach to the corruption side as we're rounding up. You talk about how the First Lady don't also use certain method for exploit the country commercial sector through the First Lady syndrome. In what ways?
Well, you know, there are she's what, managing some organization at the Port Authority. So all the resources, the way they come from, you know, the
You
port.
mean from the key?
Yeah. So they take advantage of every sector. She is taking advantage. If it not plant in people, then they self they do them directly. You know, brothers and sisters, they are all on the payroll. They're all, you know, look at that. Oh my gosh, these people know nothing but trash. You know, when you live in trash, you can only talk trash anyway. So, you know, even her biological sister, I don't know if you came across that, is withdrawing money from the Bank of Sierra Leone, you know? And
so
she
Fatima,
has
your biological sister, that's not your step sister.
Well, in you know, in Africa, we know they say once na mama born and na sister.
Yes, my sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not to the same daddy, you know.
Okay.
So if you know, everybody we connected to them. Where if it be say if you go take 10, you go get 6. They are all placed in strategic places in either in the commercial sector, extractive, or in all these other sectors. So I mean, the next the future first ladies have to know that we are watching them. We are watching them. Just because you say I'm lying does not make it a lie.
So
drama queen.
Let me bring this. So
I'm glad I gave you. I heard you were unemployed. I'm glad I gave you employment. You know, you don't get full-time job.
All right. So there are certain questions where people they ask. Okay, first of all, people they ask the book. Then make an answer to that. Of course, they say inside the book they Amazon, right? The
Yes.
book they on Amazon, and it's there. It's available from the 14. Like I said, I got mine. I mean, the book is loaded. I must confess, the book is loaded. I mean, with shocking and shocking revelations of things that you cannot imagine. And also, somebody they ask, we don't say Fatima Jabi say in a Gambian. We can't find out say to Gambian. Okay, Imamana Sierra Leonean confirm. So, Usa Papa come from? If you want for no, it's in the book. They also equally want to know where the father is from, because that's a hidden secret. Where I mean, until you go inside that book, they go no sign Papa come from. Then una can begin put 2 and 2 together as Sierra Leoneans.
I mean, when somebody they can't tell you say you they lie, right? This woman tell we say it goes along where it's 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He said then take him from. Then in way don't later on I'm a Gambian, I mean, come on. Where is the lie that I am telling? The one way they lie, now they tell the truth. So this is the the generation now. The one way they lie, now the truthful person. The one way they tell the truth, now the lie man. But I wanted the youth. I really wanted the youth pay attention, because when Madabio take office, okay, if you want for empower the youth, this overused word, empower, they are only empowering themselves. If presidents come, you want for empower, not a charity they give. Because when you it's like say I born me picking, and then where they feed them, they tell the people then say na charity they give me picking them, not a charity. You cannot run a charity as a sitting president. Okay, Obama then get into the charity right now. Obama it gets something where it empower youth. It empower the youth them. So what did Mother Bio put in place? What did Mrs. Bio put in place that has helped to empower girls or to empower the youth in Sierra Leone? Nothing. So the only thing we can hear about, we are the young SLPP for Mother Bio. We are the young so and so for young Sierra Leoneans for Mother Bio. Why is Mother Bio not putting something in place for you? Why are you putting something in place for her? It's not like say somebody busy. I know they read what they write, but it's not like say you get full-time job.
So no, I'm just putting messages.
It's nothing to show. Nothing to show for
the messages. Fortunately and unfortunately, as the message that they come now, so they bring and come up. But I just want to ask this very important question. This is very important, as we wrapping up. Like you said in the book, the First Lady syndrome, or even in Africa, First Ladies are becoming very powerful and even corrupt these days.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming very powerful and even more corrupt. And because of that, we see that even the space for other women to thrive, especially in the political space, or even when it comes to, empowering women, is shrinking because of this First Lady syndrome.
Yeah.
So, why is it so important? Why is it so important that Salon people, then, especially women, then, for read this book?
important for Salon women and for Sierra Leoneans generally for read this book, especially the youth, foresee the pattern, so that tomorrow then go recognize her in the next first lady, because when not to be the first corrupt first lady in Africa, okay, but this first lady it kind of it put other dimensions on top of it. Most first ladies that we have seen, they have one organization where then they run, okay, as charity. That organization, they alone, one great organization can snuff out all the women's organizations in the country. Now, this we get one where in get four. So where 50-50 one go yonder, they say JMB did it. Where this other organization where they deal with other issues for women, where one go yonder, hog did it. Wait, so this not the reason we make them for no waiting don't go on, and maybe someday they will be able to do something about this kind of preventing this kind of thing, because when this Umaya, where the first lady, they have given her so much power that nobody, I mean, the woman even goes to cabinet meetings. What gives her that power? Because she's first lady, because in a Mrs. Madabio, and you go and do whatever, say whatever. Right now, it a team up, it don't hire in best friend for the team up and tell we picking them rubbish. Wudana SLPP say, hey, Wudana APC, waiting picking them, primary school picking them. Why are you involving them in this? Why are you involving them in this? This is grooming. They are grooming our children not to think for themselves. So this is the danger. First lady, this Mrs. Madabio is a dangerous first lady in Sierra Leone. She is a dangerous first lady in Sierra Leone that Sierra Leoneans should not. We can do something about it. And one of the things we can do is talk about it. This is why I wrote this book, so that when you get the knowledge, you know tomorrow how to handle things. But she is dangerous. It a groom we girl picking them for man business. It a groom all picking them for think only for say you get for belong to one party or the other. The very thing that we are saying is damaging the country, So
there's some discussion where they go on at the group because, Silver, I'm not going to answer to Silver Blyden because this is my platform too.
You're not doing this for her.
Attack my own platform. She has her own platform. I'm not going to go down that route with her. But what's I want for let you establish? I have read the book. I want to make it clear because people are getting confused here. Make her just give clarity. It's about the background of the first lady. Like I say, a lot of things where even inside the book, now what's in the first lady, even self pull na emotes. Yeah. We just talking about the background from the book. They not say Fatima Jabi, not of Mr. Jabi Bonham, now Mr. Jabi Bonham. But what the book establish about the background, what you establish about the background is she said she's a Gambian and it's here. Hold on, ma, because we want to prove something here. So the Bondem way.
I'm a Gambian, and of course you've said my name, Fatima Jabi, and I'm an actress. I'm a mother.
All right, thank you. This is what
Rachel, I explained that.
Yes, no, say Sylvia just want to catch up with the.
Please don't make this about Sylvia, please.
No. Hold on, Doc. You want to confuse the one that we self just can't late.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to help the people that just can't join for make them understand. Who we all long come up from. That's what I'm just trying to establish here, not her. So when I don't listen to that, when I don't watch this video, I just play Gisela, right? She said she's a Gambian. So the author here is just trying to establish that, say traditionally, they can say Usa or Papa come out. Now then we can say we come out. Although mama, you can say I can say me Papa can come out Gambia, I can say me na Sierra Leone, I mean na Gambia. But the Papa is not from Gambia. This is what the writer is trying to establish. The writer is trying to establish that the papa, Fatima biological papa, not a Gambian. Is the papa na inkomo Gambia. In mama na a Sierra Leonean. But the papa not a Gambian. And this is what you don't know. And that's what the writer is trying to establish na the book. So if you want to know Usai Fatima, in your papa come out, una go read the book. And the book, the Amazon. So let nobody confuse you. You not say Fatima in Papa not to Jabi. The writer didn't say that. Yes, Fatima is Jabi. Yes, Fatima in Papa na Mr. Jabi. Yes, that in biological Papa da one.
In Papa name Umaru Jabi na in Papa.
Umaru Jabi na in Papa da one.
There's no confusion about that.
There's no confusion about it. But he open your mouth. He say in a Gambian, not a person talking for himself for now in talk and say in a Gambian. And the writer one just try for clear the one day out. He just want to for give clarity. Say, you papa not a Gambian. And you keep saying your father is from Gambia. Your father is not from Gambia. So that I just want for clear, una we just come before you guys get confused on the comment section. So, and if you want more clarity, like I say, there's a lot of shocking revelation within that book there, within this book, where you safe. If you are open-minded, if your mind not just fixed, if you're open-minded Sierra Leonean, we mean good, where the green, white, and blue, they run na you vein and not party. What you want for see you picking in future bright, even your future bright for Sierra Leone. Read the book with an open mind. And like I said, when we start this program, we are here to listen. We are here to learn. And we are equally here to verify. So anything within I so when you self not satisfied with as a Sierra Leonean, or even when you buy the book, when you read what's in doc, writes now the book, what's in the author writes now the book, and you are not satisfied with it, please go verify. Because we want for encourage we people and for learn for verify. Because now this don't take we to usai we de so delicate today.
No fact check.
Yes, we don't fact check at all. No. We don't fact check waiting with politicians they come to tell us. Yeah. We don't. We just take everything from face value. When they come and paint that picture, and that is what we run with and go. And I don't make we don't do so. And if we begin to see other African countries grow, let we look wide and grow because they don't learn for speak truth to power. They don't learn for question their leaders. They don't learn for fact check their leaders. And they don't learn for verify whatever the leader they say. So they no say, they can't talk no more to them people, to them citizens there. Then they forgot even cross check what's in and they talk. Because they know somewhere they can't talk to their citizens there. They have people that will fact check them.
Yeah.
So that is that mindset when somebody like Fatima, Dr. Fatima Babi is trying to create in the midst of Sierra Leoneans. And any other Sierra Leoneans can bring. This is the first time we're seeing a book about first lady because this is unbecoming. Let's face it. Let's face it. Allow me realistic.
Rachel. Yeah.
This is just becoming unbecoming.
Yeah. So Rachel, I have family in Ghana too, right?
This is becoming unbecoming.
Real unbecoming. So I have family in Ghana. So when I don't do my research, now I find out say Nana Rollins. So instead it been create a democracy, you know. So I discuss with my cousin and say, Nana been do the same thing. And they say, oh, my sister, no. Nana, yes, he do that, but Nana not ever chastise Ghanaians. She never did. He never ever team up chastise Ghanaians. I say, we on hide the thief from Bella woman there, thief from baby the way they die from, you know, thief from rape victims. Now so they team up again, they look when we face it, they cause we. It say, let me every conversation, every time this woman has to address a Sierra Leonean, let me educate you. How you high school dropouts, secondary school dropouts, they can't educate people. They educate people when they then live through the war. They lived through that war. They suffered. And today they are trying to still survive. And you are coming there telling them that you are educating them. What can you educate them of? What in the world can you educate them of? You cannot educate Sierra Leoneans. You should have listened so they could educate you how you can treat them, how you could be the best first lady. If you were that type of, if you had the material in you. But you know what? You don't become this way just because you become first lady. So this is why I had to go into the personal stuff, because to show that this person, she did not just drop out of nowhere and become Adabio's wife, and then she's all this and a bag of chips. No, she has been in the making. This first lady syndrome, it be don't affect them from long time ago. So she has been under this spell for such a long time. She knows no other way. Okay, so you come to a poor country and be the first lady for a poor country. Behave like the first lady of a poor country. You don't go talk about you here when you don't chastise people the way they talk. We say the stadium na bo, na this don't happen, na this don't happen. They look in the, it's almost like somebody who is really not full up there. If they look now in camera, they say, "Oh, me glasses not a fit, me glasses not look at me." People then picking them. One of me on picking them been there in coma for a few hours that day. Okay, people then picking them in hospital. Some people they don't know if they picking them die. You team up na camera. You not give a hoot. I don't want to say any curse word here, but you don't give a hoot. And you're talking about how you look in your camera. This is a cold-hearted first lady. Cold-hearted first lady. We needed a compassionate first lady. She is not. She is not a compassionate first lady. And that cold heart where it gets, it don't cause a lot of damage to the infrastructure of women's causes in Sierra Leone. It will take a long time for regroup, for bring them back, So if we say, if they look in the camera, they tell we say, when I talk, I don't mince my words. Why should I mince my words? Who are you? You are the wife of our servant, president. He should be the servant for the people. If you say you are the wife of this servant, then you should be a servant too. They can't team up na people they hate. You they poo all day long and cause and educate them. You cannot educate the people of Sierra Leone. The people of Sierra Leone could have educated you. And today we go to say, this book would have been about the best first lady we had in Sierra Leone. Instead, you not take that pathway. You chose for me to write this book, Mrs. Bio. You gave me the title of this book. You chose how this book for be. I had no interest in her. I had no interest to write about her. Yes, when I wrote the open letter to her, I was concerned because we don't begin to see things there already within that, 6 months that we don't begin to see things there. So I thought, okay, maybe somebody around her will read the letter and maybe advise her. But of course, in the last 5 years, we don't know for say, Mrs. Bio no get advisor. It no get no advisor. It only advisor na himself. Or it be say somewhere that it can sit down with his husband, it discuss. When they agree that it go out there and say and do, So when you limit, with all the educated women in Sierra Leone, it can't present Sierra Leone as if Sierra Leone has no educated women. Like Sierra Leone has no empowered women. We have empowered women. They're just being muted. They're just being silenced because we have a demagogue as a president. If not, we get educated, talented women there. We go speak up. We go do things that if they give them the resources, they're there, but they don't have the resources, So you cannot come and say, you take all our money, you take all our resources, and then you turn around and say, una not left true. Una, would they put more justice on una? Una, not true, una no one hearing that true, I go to tell una every day. But nobody should tell you the truth.
Right.
No, it doesn't work that way. Me, a daughter of Sierra Leone, I will stand up for my people any day. Call me whatever you want to call me. You know, throw any kind of mud, nothing will stop me. I will speak up for those who are not able to speak. You know, the majority of women in Sierra Leone, they can't speak up, because when they speak up, then nothing will happen. All right. So we, the people that are not in there for you to muzzle, we will speak up, and I will continue to speak up.
Well, she is Dr. Fatima. Not Dominion, Dr. Fatima.
Look, Rachel, it's not an honorary, okay? I did not go pay a university to give me. I worked, you know, like I say.
Baby,
years of sweat.
Of the unbecoming, because this is becoming unbecoming. Because it was getting unbecoming, very, in the comment section, it was really getting unbecoming as well. So many
That's all they know how to do, Rachel. That's all they know how to do.
Yes, I mean, they know how to attack you. They know how to come at you. Some of us, we don't play to that anymore. We don't play to such, oh, you remember, when I was doing this for you, you remember so. We don't give into those things anymore. We don't. You have to let us speak. Not because you were XYZ for me yesterday. So when you do bad, I will not call you out.
Yeah. Rachel, the way they're empowering women.
Stand up for me yesterday. So when you're not doing the right thing and you're killing, not physically, but you're killing the people of Sierra Leone inside, slowly.
It becomes physical, Rachel. It becomes physical eventually, because they cut the lifeblood of the people.
The person also they talk, the person know himself, not because you were standing up for me, you were doing this, you were whatever, not because of that, so because of what? If you are doing something that is not in line with Sierra Leone or with the people of Sierra Leone, I should not speak up.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. Those days are gone. And that is how they shot women, especially the women that want to grow.
Yes.
That's how they're women that are at the top. That's how they shut the women down.
Rachel, this is why women are afraid to go into politics.
Because I supported you. So anything I do when I'm bad, for talk.
For talk, yes. Now make women and afraid to go into politics.
That's why women are afraid to go into politics.
Yes.
Because even when they were at the top, they went for mercy when they went for carbon.
Yes. But we have to be ready for that. Go tell the world.
As women,
go tell the world.
Young women.
Whatever you want to say about me. I have slept with your grandfather, from your grandfather down to
I don't care anymore.
I
don't care.
We cannot be afraid of that, okay? Because this is part of it. This is how they muzzle you. This is how they shut you up. So
speak up.
So
and
now the way they're empowering.
These are the same women the male politicians are using to shut other women down.
All you hear now, SLPP women,
the politicians and the youth for shut women down.
Yes, the power women, those who call themselves power women in the JMB, they are empowered by, where Mrs. Biogi and small money for go cost people then. They go cost.
Remind me.
Don't
remind me.
Cost other women there. But no amount of cost no go stop, no go shut me up. No amount of cost or threat. Okay. So we are here because we are Sierra Leoneans and we care about Sierra Leone. We care about the people of Sierra Leone. So no matter what you say or try to do, you cannot shut us up. Okay?
Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking this time to, kind of this platform for share this book with us. Just give us a tip of this book. And I want to take this opportunity for encourage Sierra Leoneans, specifically our women. Please, I encourage you all, Sierra Leonean women, are not called Patio, Sierra Leonean women or women of Sierra Leone. Please go and read this book with an open mind and just take the sense out of it. Just take the sense out of it. And let's begin to build back on some of these, then some of the things there, so and begin bring back our values.
Yeah.
You know, she could have been a better first lady.
Oh yes.
And that is what we were all yearning for when she came.
Yes.
That's all we wanted. What's we get for benefits, Fatima?
Mm-hmm.
What's we get for benefits? I mean, this is what I don't understand. What's
So you're jealous. You're jealous of her. What?
You're jealous. Fatima want to go to school. What's you get for benefits from you?
Yeah.
I mean, what's you get for benefits? I am jealous. I mean, I'm here. You able to buy Gucci, I buy Gucci too. You able to buy Louis Vuitton, I buy Louis Vuitton. So what am I going to be? What are they jealous you for?
I mean, that I don't understand
I
really. But
we just want Sierra Leone to be a better place.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Where we all can share our values and just put woman in a better place.
And really this culture, this trend, oh Namide up here, I better pass you, you know. So what?
Who say you be there? Who say you come out? Who say you
we get this, I get that day.
You know, you have to belong. You know, they have a clique. You know, they have a clique in this women's group. They get a clique. You don't belong.
Democracy does not want majority. They want a small clique.
They don't want majority. They want a small clique.
Praises, you know,
don't belong.
People go dance in the streets. They all follow and then go dance in the street. That's democracy. But the majority, they are there. They are suffering.
And that's that's the majority I am speaking to today.
Yes.
I'm speaking to the majority of the women who are suffering mentally, emotionally, and physically. Those are the women I want to reach out today through this book.
Especially those that have been marginalized in the SLPP party. So many of them, you know, if you're not a JMB, you're nothing in SLPP today.
Those are the women we want to reach out to. That enough is enough.
Yeah.
This is a revolution of women's empowerment. You don't have to be in a specific clique or in a specific whatever for you to become who you want to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to. There should be a space for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we were Boku, we were the suffer, now we Boku. Now we marginalized, now we Boku.
Yeah.
So let us rise up. Let me not allow anybody for talk down on we. Let me not allow anybody for look down on you. We will Boku, we're powerful if we come together. Only if we come together and stop all this nonsense.
Yeah.
And stop all this nonsense when they happen in our country.
Yeah.
So I want to say thanks to the viewers then. I mean, it's been hot on the comment section. It's been hot on the comment section. Please like the video. I mean, there are almost 500 people that were watching. Like the video, please. I want to see more likes, and share the video and like the video. Please.
They want to intimidate us with that, but we cannot be intimidated.
Share the video.
We cannot be intimidated.
I want to see likes. Please love and like the video. Please like the video. I don't say when I get carried away by the conversation, but please, I want to see more likes, and share the video. And I want to say thank you to all our viewers. Thank you. Thank you for keeping the comment section going and to keep the conversation going. Thank you so much. You are awesome at the comment section. And the comments were wonderful. We appreciate all the comments.
Yes,
we appreciate all the comments. And please go and get the book. Please go get the book. It's on Amazon. And Doc, please, I don't ask you before you go, please, viewers, then please stay tight. Before you go, Doc, who do you dedicate this book to? You dedicated this book to quite some people. Please, I want to share.
I think the best thing for doing, la read and so I'm not going to make mistake, yeah? Yes.
The book.
So I...
Then dedicate, Dr. Fatima dedicate this book to. to two
I
people,
dedicate this.
two young
First
girls.
of all, I mean, every time I wrote about those two girls, my heart bleeds. Babies, those two babies, Khadija and Wiata, yeah, they bleed for them. To this day,
You dedicated this book to Khadija, late Khadija.
Khadija and
And
Wiata, then two souls, then this rape pandemic where they in Sierra Leone, where in fact it looked like say some people not even take and make anything, but this is devastating. The girl picking in that country. So I dedicate the book to them, and I also dedicate them to the one that we don't also survive the rape and the one that we continue for suffer, and to the organizations then and individuals and families then where they fight against rape in Sierra Leone. So now that I dedicate this to. I also promise say any profit I make out of this book, 50% go towards the issues of girls in Sierra Leone. Yeah.
so
But for let a baby, 5-year-old baby, that not baby, no, nothing at this world here. For let in life end from rape, where it gets government way for protect them. The government not able protect them. Mommy and daddy not able protect them. Okay, it don't happen. But what did we do after that? What happened? We still there say we are in rapists. They not ever arrest them. I can understand that because I have 5-6 cases where they not ever arrest them. So instead of government, you they go put hand for go begin the shape pad by picking them. Please, government, put something in place so that then go stop, then go see say if you rape picking, you go suffer. You go suffer the rest of your life. But if they know they sit down, the government know they take action, government know they put institutions in place, government know they empower the institutions that are already in place, then create this FSU for say now the first point of contact for victims. But when they go, they waiting and they go through the trauma they make, they know they come back again. Government need for pay attention to those things, not to part we need from government. Government need for protect we picking there. Our girls are in danger in Sierra Leone under the watch of Fatima Mada Bio and her husband. Our girls are in danger. So we they ask for let the ordinary citizen, now we get for take up the fight against rape. Now we get for take up the fight against rape. Otherwise, if we say they depend on government, it not get for happen because the money where then they take them in the name of rape, but they put them into that. So now that make we need for fight this fight here as citizens of Sierra Leone because this not the worst pandemic na Sierra Leone. Forget about Ebola, forget about COVID. Now the worst pandemic na Sierra Leone, and it's gender based, you know. I know say boy picking themselves they suffer rape, but the girl picking them they are suffering more than anybody else. Then they suffer more than the grown-up people there, you know, because we get sick-minded people that way now girl now small picking them and they go after.
all right. Thank you so much, Doc, again, once again. I mean, we can go on and on and on, and the viewers, they know how to disengage, the engage. they're still glued to the comment section. This is how important, you know, this conversation is. I mean, it's no joke. This conversation can go forever because we know how Sierra Leone women are holding inside. Some of them, then they hold inside, but they're ashamed to speak up.
Yeah.
They're afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, so the conversation it's out there, but people are afraid to speak up.
Yeah. I mean, why?
People are afraid to speak up.
Why? If government not give you nothing, if I give you the freedom for speak, but you know you can't speak, you have to
speak up. So this is how close this conversation is to us as women. And I'm really, really excited and really appreciate the woman that will join this conversation today and how they took this conversation with an open heart. And as a true Sierra Leoneans, then we want to see Salon go before. And also kudos to the man and also will join this conversation because we all want to see Salon grow.
We can't do it without them. We need the men, we need our men, you know, we need your protection, we need you to stand up and join us. You know, we can't fight this fight without you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my honor. Thank you, Rachel.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.
All right, thank you very much for watching this exclusive interview. And till next week, keep telling it to Rachel.